We are learning more every day why leftists in the Democrat Party were so desperate to prevent President Trump's return to the executive branch. Adam Schiff stands accused of leaking classified information and activities that a Democrat whistleblower says is treasonous and illegal. At this point, we have heard nothing from Pam Bondi's DOJ on if the newly declassified documents that were classified so that Americans wouldn't find out what Schiff was up to. We don't know if the DOJ is going to act. Meanwhile, in more excellent reporting from Just the News, declassified memos reveal that James Comey had better start shining his seashells. The memos indicate that he too played fast and loose with classified information to set up a narrative over news lie, pushing the Russia collusion hoax. Now that Trump and the America First coalition are outing these lawbreakers, leftist Democrats are setting up a new narrative. Democrats say nobody's above the law except them. That's my focus in today's preamble. Let me start off in my home state of Texas. The effective conservative Attorney General Ken Paxton is suing Robert Francis Beta O'Rourke over his PAC's role in financing Democrats who abandoned Texas and their voters to shut down Texas government. As a result, a judge placed a temporary restraining order on Beta, the fake Hispanic, saying he couldn't do that anymore. Beta was caught on tape multiple times, letting the public know how he feels about the rules we are all expected to live under.
Listen, you may say to yourself, well, those aren't the rules. There are no refs in this game. The rules. We are going to win whatever it takes. We're going to take this to them in every way that we can. And the other side is just clobbering the out of us, just punching us in the face, kicking us in the nuts. And we're kind of throwing our hands up and we're asking the crowd, the people of America, hey, do you see what's going on here? This is unfair. This isn't the rules that we agreed to play by. Well, who cares about the rules right now? Punch back, kick back, dunk over their heads, and win some power.
Currently, the Texas AG is accusing Beta of violating that temporary restraining order and is asking him to pay a $500 fine per violation and that Beta be sent to jail until he complies with the judge's order. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Mendami, Omar Fatah, says if he's elected, his primary concern will be stopping the law from being enforced against the Democrats' precious illegal aliens.
Day one, if you were elected, what would be some of your top 2-3 priorities for the city?
So that's a very good question. So the first I would say would be a hostile federal government with not only Donald Trump in office, but he has essentially a trifecta, both chambers of Congress and the Supreme Court. And a lot of our neighbors, especially our undocumented residents, are very concerned.
Yeah, not to be outdone on pushing lawlessness, here comes so-called Congresswoman Delia Ramirez. Listen to what she calls ICE the good guys who are enforcing U.S. immigration law.
Well, Tom Homan, let me tell you, all over the country, we will continue to stand up for our rights, and we will continue to call out the terrorist organization that is ICE.
She speaks of rights for criminal illegal aliens who have no right to be in America, and then refers to those who protect us and enforce our laws as terrorists. Now, for those of you who are saying, wait, she sounds awfully familiar, she should. This is the same Congresswoman who pledged allegiance to a foreign country, Guatemala, over the country she's allegedly representing right now, the United States.
Terminar decir unas palabras en español porque yo soy guatemalteca con mucho orgullo, primero que soy americana.
Sadly, to my knowledge, no Republican in this country has sought to expel Delia Ramirez, a declared traitor, from the United States Congress. And that leads us to President Trump's crackdown on Democrat crime and the restoration of law and order in the U.S. Capitol. And as I noted yesterday, wherever Democrats are in charge, California, Illinois, or Maryland, you'll find laws and policies that support criminals and their activities, while those same policies punish law-abiding Americans. President Trump has used the National Guard to bring order to places like the nation's capital and to the People's Republic of California after Democrat leaders there prompted violence against ICE agents, riots, arson, and looting in defense of criminal illegal aliens. And the president is talking about using the Guard to stop the Democrats' abuse of our people in other states. And you guessed it, Democrats are pledging to break the law in an effort to defend criminals, making sure those thugs can target you, your family, and your community.
I am very clear that I will work with anyone, but I will bow down to no one. And I understand where my constitutional authority begins, and I understand where my constitutional authority allows me to do. And as the Commander-in-Chief of the Maryland National Guard, I have the sole responsibility and the sole honor of being able to determine how, when, and why the Maryland National Guard is utilized. And it's something that I've done.
It is within President Trump's 100% power and duty to protect our people from Democrats. And he has the 100% authority under the Constitution to use the National Guard to do it. The Democrat Party is a party of, by, and for the criminals. It's a miracle there are still people out there so mal-educated by GovEd who still vote for that anti-American and backward political party. A party that is yelling in our faces that we have to obey the laws they tell us to obey, as in the next breath they declare themselves above those very same laws. I don't know about you, but I will only be voting for people from here on out who successfully defend me and mine from the ravages and illegality that is the Democrat Socialist Party. You know, folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids, my country, the greatest nation ever. And Americans like you who believe in the truth, the Chris Salcedo Show will never stop fighting for you.
The Chris Salcedo Show, for the news you need to know.